This September, Marvel has a comic book series called Death of Doctor Strange. The question in this video, why are you reading this? Why will you be picking this up? I can understand if you're Tiffany from Comic Pop. That's your character. You get Doctor Strange. To the general comic audience who weren't picking up the Doctor Strange title, which was low in sales according to Comic Run, what is it about this new event, Death of Doctor Strange, which will have many tie-ins to go along with the main story, that's going to attract you to say, I'm going to check this out? I'm alluding to the death trope of comic book characters where they seemingly all die at one point or another and they return. So as far as the believability of what this series is promising, they don't have credibility. This death isn't going to stick, and there's only a reason, temporary reason, for why they're taking him off of the playing field. They're also taking off Wanda Maximoff from the playing field, so maybe these two things are related, but nevertheless, does death have to be the consequence here? The ultimate sacrifice, death. It's something we know as something we don't want to happen to our main characters. And there's a difference in the severity of what a death means depending on the medium you're watching. There's a joke online about Dragon Ball Z death and a Naruto death. In Naruto, when they die, for the most part, there are exceptions, but when they're dead, it's a death. Dragon Ball Z, not so much. Comic book wise, man, there is no such thing as death here. It's amazing that Captain Marvel has stayed dead this long, but he's dead. I mean, Kelly Thompson is maybe writing a story as we speak right now where he seems to maybe be back. Maybe he's getting some revenge on all of the people with Marvel in their name. But, we're still in issue number 1 of that, and I'm going to be reading that one intently. As far as death goes with Doctor Strange, I don't believe he's going to be off the playing field forever. This death is something temporary. So then I go and I ask, why not do something that removes him from main Marvel, but don't use death? Because there's going to be comics where a character seemingly is going to die, and I'm going to wish, no, I hope that my favorite character whose book I'm reading right now, I hope the character doesn't die. Then I'll have in the back of my mind, well, even if there is a death, my character will return. You see how it lessens the severity of the stakes of every Marvel comic book. Why don't we do something else to remove this character? Put them in limbo. When Darkchild, that would be Ilyana Rasputin, was away from us from comics, they didn't say she died. They had her age up in limbo, and then we got her back in 2008, I think it was. But she was gone for a really long time with her goat legs. Do something like that. Something like when Kitty Pryde was put inside of a bullet. She phased into this bullet, phasing through planet to planet, and was off of our comic books pages for maybe 4 or 5 years until they finally brought her back. Do something like that. We can remove them without having them be dead, because it lessens dead. Make Doctor Strange, I don't know, make him have to put a spell up, and the sacrifice of the spell is he's frozen in stone to hold the spell up. And if he lets go of the spell, the whole Marvel universe will die, so he really does have to do this, and he's stuck. I don't know, I just made that up right now without any thinking, but give me a consequence to why he's going to be away from Marvel Comics without saying Death of Doctor Strange. So the question is to you, why are you going to be reading The Death of Doctor Strange? What do you think of death in general? Let me know. Try to convince me to buy the comic if you want to. I'm open to that. But let's have a genuine conversation here about death in comics and Doctor Strange's death this month on Marvel Comics at a comic book store near you. I'm Chillmonger. Thanks for watching.